There is a common assumption that entering a high society room requires a massive bank account, memorizing exorbitant price tags, or draping yourself in the loudest designer logos available. Anyone with a credit card can purchase a recognizable status symbol, but wearing an expensive label only proves you have the financial means to buy it. It says absolutely nothing about your understanding of the object itself. True appreciation requires learning a very specific foreign language, luxury literacy. This is the ability to read the deep craftsmanship, the historical context, and the subtle artistry woven into a piece. Navigating these refined spaces without that vocabulary leaves you wandering through a museum blindfolded. You might know a painting is famous, but you have no idea why you are supposed to care. Real sophistication requires knowing exactly why certain garments and accessories have dictated the rules of elegance for generations. To build your vocabulary, we start in France. Founded in 1837 as a Parisian harness workshop, Hermès established the highest standard of handcraftsmanship in the world, with single bags taking artisans up to 24 hours to construct completely by hand. Then there is Coco Chanel. She observed a society of women trapped in restrictive corsets and traded those rigid frames for liberating, functional garments that allowed women to actually move and breathe. By designing pieces like her signature tweed suit, she engineered a relaxed architecture for clothing that defined classic French elegance. Consider the Louis Vuitton monogram. It is ubiquitous today, but it was originally designed in 1896 for a highly functional reason, as an anti-counterfeiting measure for their travel trunks long before it became a cultural signifier. Following the devastation of World War II, Christian Dior stepped forward. He saw a recovering world starved for beauty and deliberately constructed garments designed to restore a sense of opulence. His resulting new look brought back traditional femininity through exact physical proportions, a dramatically cinched waist cascading into a heavy full skirt. This language extends across Europe, where British and Italian houses translated their own functional roots into modern staples. Burberry's classic trench coat, for example, was originally engineered to protect British officers in the mud of World War I. Learning these distinct origins changes how you view a wardrobe. These items cease to be retail products and reveal themselves as historical artifacts. But vocabulary is only half the language. To speak it fluently, you have to understand the grammar, the strict tactile rules of physical construction. High-end leather goods adhere to a rigid mathematical standard. Authentic craftsmanship demands completely tight, straight stitching that creates a uniform seam along every edge. There is a specific density required, exactly 8 to 10 perfectly spaced stitches per inch. Metal attachments carry their own weight. Hardware must be heavy, solid, and physically stamped with a deep engraving rather than lightly printed or glued. High-end clothing follows similarly strict rules. Turn a garment inside out and you will find French seams. Check the fabric and you will find natural fibers like wool, silk, or cashmere. Look at the buttons and you will find real horn or mother of pearl. Plastic is strictly prohibited. Mastering these hidden construction details proves true discernment. It allows you to quickly separate master craftsmanship from cheap imitators based on touch alone. Once you master this grammar, you notice an interesting shift in modern luxury culture. The wealthiest consumers deliberately pivot away from visible logos in favor of a movement known as quiet luxury. Vanguard modern brands like the Row, along with historically discreet houses like Loro Piana, communicate their extreme value entirely through the use of exceptional proprietary materials rather than external branding. Historically, consumers used prominent designer logos to announce their financial status to the room. Instead, these consumers prefer to whisper it through flawless tailoring and the undeniable drape of incredibly rare fabrics. This is the highest level of fluency. When your eye is truly educated, your clothing commands respect purely through its physical excellence without ever needing to broadcast a brand name. Let's go back to that gallery space. When you walk into a room with this knowledge, you process the environment completely differently. You no longer see a sea of floating price tags. You see hours of focused hand craftsmanship, precise geometry, and perfect seams. This literacy is a distinct form of cultural capital. It grants you the ability to conduct yourself with confidence and ease in any high society environment. And the secret is you do not need the financial means to purchase these items in order to understand and appreciate the profound artistry required to create them. Your challenge this week is to select one heritage house, go to their website, bypass the store, and study the detailed history behind their most iconic creations. In our next episode, we will look at the ultimate tool in your aesthetic vocabulary, the single technique that transforms even the most modest piece of clothing into a striking statement, the art of tailoring.